will recognize myself for 5 minutes. Mr. Pulsifer, WGU has been at the forefront of LERs, and I want to thank you, by the way, for your participation at the very first Trump term to kind of get this process started. Can you tell us more about why WGU felt the need to lead on this?
Yeah, thank you, Chairman, for that question. I think it's pretty simple that WGU believes that education has to be a pathway to opportunity. And so one of the core elements of that is ensuring that the individuals that have now acquired a credential and all the competencies and skills associated with that can appropriately communicate that into the world of work. Because one of the key challenges is that every individual through that education wants to ensure that they're ready with the knowledge, skill, and ability necessary for the job. In providing now individuals, the graduates and students at WGU, with that digital transcript that has the verified skills in it, the employers now, or the workforce now, in fact, have a very clear articulation of what our graduates are ready to do. So it better aligns with the skills, the tasks, activities that exist in roles, and so that those employers can actually ensure that our graduates are skilled and credible. The other key thing is that it does increase the ability for those individuals to personally navigate the career options that they have in a geolocated way, meaning that specifically with our Achievement Wallet, our LER, it now surfaces to them the roles at which employers in their specific location that they already have the skills that would ready for them for those jobs, and it even automates the way and mechanisms by which they can apply for those jobs and surface their transcripts, these LERs, to those employers.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. DiDonato, what are the more important lessons learned from the early pilots that we should understand?
Thank you for the question. I would say there's several lessons that we've learned through this implementation in Alabama, as well as some other pilots that we've been a part of. Number one, messaging. Talent marketplaces can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So we need to really make sure that we have very specific messaging, clear messaging, easy to understand messaging for each of the user personas, whether it's students, whether it's veterans, education training providers, employers, et cetera, about what this means to them and how this is supportive. Two, partnerships are extremely important. There's a lot of really good work happening at each level, but in siloed work. And so we need to make sure that talent marketplaces and LERs are an amplification of what's happening as opposed to it being a threatening existence to them. So partnerships are extremely important all the way across the board. Without them, obviously this work does not exist. Legislation and funding. There's, time is of essence to a lot of folks. The folks who are invested in this, whether it's the employers, whether it's education, training providers, whether it's students, whether it's job seekers, need to know that this is going to be a persistent opportunity for them to invest their time that's needed. So funding, legislation, the signals that they know that this opportunity will last for the long haul is important. It's an evolving conversation. So we need to make sure that the technologies we're utilizing, what we're investing in, also we're evolving and consistently moving at a rapid speed and have those capabilities. And then lastly, we need big data. We need a lot of information to make this work. We need a lot of information to make sure we're understanding the cross-sectoral partnerships and opportunities that are out there. I would say those are all key lessons that we've learned throughout this process.
Thank you. Mr. Kaplan, you and other witnesses have highlighted that LERs are a tool that fits within the broader framework of a talent marketplace. How could this kind of tool facilitate better coordination across different systems that we may not be considering?
Thank you for that question. The thing about learning and employment records is that they represent a common set of data and a common set of protocols around the skills and competency that individuals have accumulated over the course of their lifetime. If we can settle on this common set of standards, which we're well on our way to doing, we'll be able to enable people to transfer that information about themselves to employers, to academic institutions, and for those employers and institutions and others to see that that verifiable data is accurate and correct, enabling them to do things like offer a job to somebody, admit them to their university. So there are a lot of opportunities here where by bringing LERs to the forefront and establishing them as a common set of data, will be able to use them in order to support and make easier the navigation of the talent marketplace.
Thank you.